الصلاة بوضوئي بركوعي بخشوعي.
Individually, our names, our organization. I'll start from my far right. So, my names are from Assault. My name is Ibrahim Muhammad from Assault Society of Nigeria.
My name is Cipp from Rasul Azam Foundation. Although I'm taking the same course with you, I'm also going to hold my own program on Saturday. Yes, thank you.
My name is Abdul Hakim Sani, the board member of Muslim Peace Network.
My name is Abdul Majid Baroumi from Mashhad Islamic and Arabic Training Center. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullah. My name is Muhammad Kabir Ahmad Badawi from Mashhad Islamic and Arabic Training Center.
Thank you very much. Now, after the introduction, we're going to call Alhaji Abdul Hakim Sani on behalf of Muslim Peace Network to give us the welcome remark. Thank you, sir.
I think it's convenient that we speak English. Yes. Is that fine? Okay. Let me use the opportunity to welcome us all to Muslim Peace Network training workshop, where the main objective is to train new torch bearers on how to prevent extremism in our schools among our students. If we observe the situation we have in Nigeria today, it calls for action, especially from those of us who are the holders, the torch trailblazers for our faith. Everything that we need to do in order to follow the ways of the Holy Prophet as is stipulated in their deeds and the sayings as it's in the Quran is already there. It's something that each and every one of us know. But how come our society has fallen to this trench that we find ourselves? Every blessed day we hear about violence, kidnapping, insurgency, different kind of situation. As at the time that our last set of abductees were freed late last year, our prayers was that that would be the last we will hear. But just this week, the last weekend, another incident happened in Edo. We hear cases of bullying in schools. We hear cases of fights in different parts of Nigeria on ethnicity, on religion. Then there must be something wrong. the main aim of Muslim Peace Network, one of its cardinal objectives, is to ensure that we have a very, very good society devoid of violence, devoid of extremism, and any sort of issues that will affect our development as a country. Therefore, our executive director, who happens to be a fellow of Cardinal Onaikan Foundation, they are presently being trained on some of how to ameliorate the situations of most of these issues that is affecting Nigeria in Abuja. They are now empowered and given the wherewithal, the capacity to organize events like this, to train you who are the closest to all the citizens of our society, to train you to ensure that our children, our students, our kids in the various schools where you teach them the ways of the Almighty do not get extreme ideas. And what is extremism? Who among you can give me a very simple interpretation, meaning of extremism? What is the meaning of extreme? Anything that is too much. Anything that is too hard. Anything that is too far. Anything that is too deep. There's so many meanings you can give to extremism. We are not saying that you should not have faith. We are not saying you should not have belief. We are not saying that you should not have love of our holy Prophet. We are not saying that you should allow your faith, Islam, to be dragged in the mud. But extremism is disallowed. Because the society where we are in, we have others who have different faiths. We've got the Christians among us. We've got the traditional believers. We even have the atheists, those who do not believe that the Almighty Allah even exists. But who are you to judge? These are the words of our Almighty. You do not have any right to judge anyone. Why don't you leave whoever with his Creator? It's only God that judges. So you all have got very high responsibility in our society. If we do not take action, we will not even exist any longer. If you look at in the last 10 years, in the last 5 years, in the last 3 years, I don't even want to talk about the last 7 to 8 years of the present administration. Look at the number of people we have lost. They will never come back again. So, but how can we prevent this from happening again? That is the major reason why you are here. I therefore call on each and every one of you to ensure that the main message that our resource persons are going to be sharing with you today, you take it away and go on and pass those messages to your school students, your immediate circle, your family members, your friends, so that we can change our society. source of where Islam comes from. Why are we not having this? Why are we not having this in countries that are pure Islamic nations? Then there's something that is wrong with us. It means that we are taking the messages that we are supposed to convey to our audiences, the Muslim Ummah, for them to understand clearly on how to maintain the relationship between them and their Creator, and the relationship between them and their fellow human being. We are passing a wrong message to them. Just before I drop the mic, this is a very sensitive subject matter. When the girl that was burnt to death in Sokoto, when that incident happened, I spent quite some time very active on social media to take away some of the messages from some of our clerics. I must be very frank that I was disappointed in so many of our Muslim clerics, so many of our Islamic leaders, so many of our teachers, because they were sending wrong messages. If this one said this one, kill him. If this one said that one, burn her. That is wrong. That is not Islam. I must give it to our convener, Alpha Hussein Makadrola. He was one of the speakers, one of the clerics who came out online and gave exactly the implication of what those who murdered that young lady, what it is. That is who we should be, in order that our society continues to develop, in order that our generations yet unborn come and meet the society that we have built to that level, that effective level, that efficient level, that successful level that we all desire. May Almighty Allah continue to guide us right. May He continue to give us the ability, the capacity, the wisdom, the wherewithal, the discerning spirit for us to be able to see the difference between what is right, what is expected of us as the shining light to our society, and what is wrong. I wish you all a very wonderful training. Thank you.
Thank you very much, sir. Thank you. Thank you very much, sir. The next on our agenda is our Cipp Energizer, which is going to be coordinated by our Imam Hussein Makadrola. Bismillah.
I think this is time for code, and we don't want this program to be something like we are tired because of the code. So let us be on our feet. I think we are going to be okay. Let's do it like this. Let's do it like this, so that you are looking at me. Let's do it like this. You can also do like this, those who are here, so that everybody will be okay. So, thank you very much. we are going for reflection, and we have guiding rules. Whenever we are doing something like this, there are some principles that are guiding us. One of the principles that are guiding us, we must follow it one after the other. As one of our members is talking, they are giving their own opening remark. We see the phone that is ringing, which is not proper at all in a program like this. So everybody, I want us to do we have a communication agreement. Communication agreement. One of the communication agreements, when our speaker is talking, we must follow all these communication agreements. It's very, very important for every one of us. Number one, respect and not necessarily to accept other opinion. Whenever the speaker is giving a lecture like this, please, if you have any contrary opinion, don't argue. Follow the speaker. Keep your question. That is number one. Two, listen with resilience. You have to be very listening to the speaker as he's talking. If they give you any verses of the Quran or give you any hadith of the Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam or any other, just take note of it and keep your question to yourself. Later, you can ask questions. That's number one. Then step forward, and also step backward. As well, in gathering like this, we need to be very careful in moving around, or you want to make a call, go out, you are disturbing people. So going around, step forward, all these things in a gathering like this is not proper. 4, no receive and no phone call, as we said. Don't phone. If you want to phone, make sure that all the phone should be on silent, please. If you want to receive a call, you can go out gently and receive that call. Number 5, pass when not ready to speak. Don't hold the mic like this. Let the other have something to say, and you hold the mic like this. You have to wait. If you don't have anything to say, pass the mic to others. I still have some questions. You have almost 5 questions you want to ask, and someone has not asked anything, have not said anything. Give other people chances. So let them contribute their own quota. That's number 5. 6, do not interrupt a speaker. When a speaker is giving a lecture, please don't interrupt. I have contrary opinion. Let him finish. 7, sharing equal time. Sharing equal time. Please, if you want to have a question, you want to ask any question, you have questions to ask your speaker, please don't take much of his time or other times. If you want to spend only 2 minutes to ask questions, ask him on time. 8, listen to understanding. You need to listen. We are here to listen to our speaker from the beginning to the end. This is what we need most. No argument. Don't argue with the speaker. Don't argue with anybody that stand up and give his own opinion. Respect other opinion. Maybe if anybody have a submission or he has any contrary opinion, allow him. Don't shout on anybody. No, it's not like that. Islam is not like no. We are not here for any argument, please. And also, avoid abusive word. Want to make any presentation, you want to say anything, you want to ask questions, you want to have anything to give us here today, please don't use abusive word. These are the people that are doing it. They don't know what they are doing. Don't abuse them. We are not here for anything. We are here for learning. We are here to have more knowledge. Please, I want every one of us to follow all this communication agreement as we are here today. Everybody here we are here to come and learn. We are not here for arguments. We are here for everything. How are we going to develop our society in a peaceful coexistence? This is what we are here for. Please. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. Let's go to spiritual reflection. Almighty Allah said in the Holy Quran that related to what our speaker is coming to give us here today. He said, وَلَوْ سَاءَ رَبُّكَ لَجَعَلَ النَّاسَ أُمَّةً وَاحِدَةً وَلَوْ سَاءَ رَبُّكَ لَجَعَلَ النَّاسَ أُمَّةً وَاحِدَةً وَلَا يَزَالُونَ مُخْتَلِفِينَ إِلَّا مَا رَحِمَ رَبُّكَ وَلِذَلِكَ خَلَقَهُمْ. All of you are Islamic clerics. I don't need to give more explanation about these verses. Everybody know where I'm going. وَلَوْ شَاءَ رَبُّكَ لَجَعَلَ النَّاسَ أُمَّةً وَاحِدَةً وَلَا يَزَالُونَ مُخْتَلِفِينَ إِلَّا مَا رَحِمَ رَبُّكَ وَلِذَلِكَ خَلَقَهُمْ. That's number 1. 2. يَا أَيُّهَا الَّذِينَ آمَنُوا كُونُوا قَوَامِينَ لِلَّهِ شُهَدَاءَ بِالْقِسْطِ وَلَا يَجْرِمَنَّكُمْ شَنَآنُ قَوْمٍ أَلَّا أَن تَعْدِلُوا اعْدِلُوا هُوَ أَقْرَبُ لِلتَّقْوَى وَاتَّقُوا اللَّهَ إِنَّ اللَّهَ خَبِيرٌ بِمَا تَعْمَلُونَ. This is what I need most. يَا أَيُّهَا الَّذِينَ آمَنُوا كُونُوا قَوَامِينَ لِلَّهِ شُهَدَاءَ بِالْقِسْطِ وَلَا يَجْرِمَنَّكُمْ شَنَآنُ قَوْمٍ ألا ألا تعدلوا أعدلوا هو أقرب للتقوى واتقوا الله إن الله خبير بما تعملون. Everybody know where I'm going. All these verses are related to what we are going to treat here today. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.
Thank you very much. Please, I want to bring to our attention that we are live on social media. Facebook is on currently, and inshallah, in the next few minutes, we're expecting TVC to join us here so that they can cover the event. On our program, the next is our first paper. The paper is divided into 2. First part will be taken. We'll have our question and answer. We'll have a short break. We'll do our Zuhr prayer. We'll take our lunch. Immediately after the lunch, we'll do the second paper. The presenter for the first paper is our Malam here. Let me go through his citation little. Our Mala is Kaduna-born indigene from Kwara State. He is a graduate of accountancy from Kaduna Polytechnic. After that, he also obtained a master's degree in Islamic banking and finance from Bayero University, Kano. And after that, he also studied Arabic language and literature from Kaduna State University. He is a certified Islamic arbitrator and expert from International Islamic Center for Reconciliation and Arbitration, Dubai, United Arab Emirates. He is also a member of Alumni and International Institute of Islamic Banking and Finance, Bayero University, Kano, an Arabic commentator and translator, consultant on Hajj and Umrah training, and also an author of so many Arabic and Islamic study books. Amongst is the one I'm holding, Arabic Grammar and Composition and Literature. He is the director of Al-Badawi Arabic Classic Tutors, a lecturer at Accounts Department, ABU Distant Learning Center, Zaria. He's currently also a lecturer at Air Force Institute of Technology, AFIT, Kaduna here, and Al-Arabic lecturer. Let me bring to our board Sheikh. Do I call you Sheikh, sir? Sheikh Mohammed Kabir Al-Badawi Abdul Salam. Please welcome our today's speaker. Thank you very much, sir. Akbir.
أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم الحمد لله الذي ليس ببعيد فينتظر ولا بعاجز فينتصر ولا بكائب فيأتي الخبر وقوله الحق ولقد خلقنا الإنسان ونعلم ما توسوس به نفسه ونحن أقرب إليه من حبل الوريد اللهم صل وسلم وبارك على سيدنا محمد الفاتح الخاتم الناصر الهادي إلى صراطك التام العسقم وعلى آله وأصحابه حق قدره ومقداره العظيم أما بعد أيها الحاضرون والحاضرات البررة السلام عليكم ورحمة الله تعالى وبركاته. It was expected that this program or my paper will be projected, but there was an unfortunate event that prevented me from doing that, so I want to apologize for that. Please pardon me for that. The leaders of this gathering this morning, our father who just gave us the opening remark, Alhaji Abdul Hakim Sani, the convener of this program, Sheikh Makka Joda Hussein, the MC of the event this morning, Alhaji Muhammad Abdul Mujib Abdul Rauf. He has been my childhood friend, and he has been a very good person, religious. I can see the majority of the faces here are well known to me, and there are faces which I cannot really recognize. If I say let me mention names, I will be that partial to some of us that I don't know our names. So pardon me, our mother in the house and all the ladies too, our fathers in the house and all the maids. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi ta'ala wa barakatuh. With me this morning is Lieutenant Abdul Majid Balogun, who happened to be a student and one of the officers of Nigerian Navy. He's always very active when it comes to religious affairs. May Allah protect him and kind of them that we have in the front, in the battlefront. As it was said, I don't know, maybe I can be switching between whichever languages I think is convenient for me. Maybe wanda zubin in akwai wani abu wanda ba na ganewa da turanci sai in yi da Hausa ko kuma in yi da Yorubanci, domin a cikin introduction da aka yi an ce ni dan Kaduna ne, aifefin Kaduna ne daga Kwara. So Kwara is still part of the north. Yoruba ni Kwara, amma Hausa ni Wakawa ma. So if I can be switching between these languages, it will be, there is no language like your mother tongue. Yeah, that is why. So, Alhamdulillah, we are to discuss about extremisms and how we can prevent them in our schools. Extreme, according to the definition given by our father, when we say extreme, is something that's it's beyond the middle part of something that has gotten to the edge. And for instance, now in the top of this building, if someone should have his baby playing at the tip edge of the decking, that person should know what is bound to happen. So extreme is something that is becoming beyond what is normal and what is lawful. In Arabic, we call it at-tatarruf. But that tatarruf was not what the real language of the hadith. We have incidents of willing to extract all our facts from Quran and hadith, forgetting that the principle of Islamic jurisprudence beyond Quran and hadith alone. This principle of Islamic jurisprudence, usul al-fiqh, is talking about four major things. We have primary and secondary. We are even having more than 4, but majorly we have 4. We have the Quran. For whatever you are looking for, you go to Quran. Ati Allah. When you get to the Quran, there is no any text to back what you want to do there. You go to Hadith or Ati Rasulah. That is the second. Al-Quran wa Sunnah. The third one is Ijma'ul Ulama, consensus of the scholars. Wa ulul amri minkum. We have the consensus of ulama, that is Ijma'. Then the fourth one, we have juristic analogy, al-qiyas. We might not have a direct context, a direct quotation from Quran and Hadith, or from the practice of the Sahaba. For instance, now, when someone called me and said, "Madam, please, I want to borrow credit from MTN. Give me Quran and Hadith verse that say I should borrow or I should not borrow." I will say, "You the craze. It was there MTN during the Prophet's time." What we'll use is juristic analogy to back it up. There are a lot of things that are happening during our time which were not in existence during the time of the prophets, during the time of the Sahaba, in fact, if not this, our generation. So that is why we cannot push out the juristic analogy. So if we look at tatarruf, which is extremism, extremism, we'll get to know about it in some of the history narrated by Quran. When we go to the history of Musa alayhi salatu wassalam, it is the act of extremism that pushes the Jew. A journey of 40 days now took 40 years for them. A journey of 40 days became a journey of 40 years. Someone was killed among them. We know the story. Someone was killed among them. Uthaymin, Ibn Kathir, and some of the scholars pointed it out that it is the act of the extremism that occurred and pushed the Jew to have that problem. When they went to Musa alayhi salatu wasalam, that someone was killed, and we want to know if truly you are a messenger of God, who killed this person? Musa alayhi salatu wasalam said, "Okay, let me consult my God." He went back to them and said, "Inna Allah ya'murukum an tadhbahu baqaratan." Allah said, "I should tell you people to slaughter a cow. Then you pick a part of the cow, flog the dead body, and the body will tell you who killed him." Simple. But the act of extremism in them said, "Tell your God, ma launuha, which color of cow? Ma launuha, which color of cow?" Okay. So you want to ask God which color of cow. Allah now said, "Okay. The kind of color you need is a brownish color of cow." Is it normal to get a cow with brownish color? Ash, like an ash color. Go and look for a cow that is ash in color. They began to look for it. They say, okay, Musa, come. We still have another questions. Inna al-Baqara tashaba alayna. We are confused. Describe the cow for us. Okay. Musa say, Allah say I should tell you. A young cow, fresh in nature, and no farmer has ever used that cow on the farming land. So, they were busy looking for everywhere. At the end, Allah said, فَضَبَهُهَا وَمَا كَادُوا يَفْعَلُونَ. They strive. They went through hardship before they got it. وَمَا كَادُوا يَفْعَلُونَ. They almost not gotten it. A simple directive from the prophet, from Moses, that go and slaughter cow. What brought about these questions? They got the cow from one orphan, an orphan, whom Allah intended to make rich, was having that only one single cow with the prescriptions. Allah directs that prescription of that cow belonging to that orphan, who Allah intended to make rich, and gave it to them. They look all around. When they got him, they said, how much is your cow? The guy said, look, I'm not telling you this is how much you will give me. Slaughter the cow, peel it. Do you know the amount of money that filled the skin? That is how much I'll get. They say, small thing. They peeled the skin. They were putting in money. Allah was expanding the skin. They are putting it. It is you that called for it, and you get it. Extremism. When there is a simple directive, you begin to dig into it. These are the things that brought us to this level. We see it in the teaching of the Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam when he was telling people about Hajj. They went for Hajjul Wada, and one person among the Sahaba went to him and said, Ya Rasulallah, please, this is our Hajj. As we attend this Hajj for this year, is it every year that we must attend Hajj? Rasulullah kept quiet. Look at him. The Prophet said, the 5 pillars of Islam is you believe in God and Muhammad as the messenger of God. You pray 5 daily prayers. You observe your fasting during Ramadan. You give out your zakat and you perform Hajj. He never mentioned how many times we are to do Hajj. This man began to trouble him. Ya Rasulallah, like as we attend the Hajj this year now, are we to attend next year again? Is it every time that we'll be renewing our Hajj? He kept quiet. When this man continued, he said, Kai, don't you know that if I said yes, you must renew it. Even if you are poor, you must look for how to renew it. Why are you digging into something that you are not told? The act of extremism pushed us into this stage, digging into what doesn't concern us. So that is why Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam in his hadith, they call the extremism at-tanattu'. It is the real Arabic language act of translating extremism to Arabic that will get at-tatarruf. But the word that was related to what the Prophet said about extremism was at-tanattu'. Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam said, "Halakal mutanatti'un." The Almighty Allah has caused the extremists. Allah is sending His cause to them. In fact, in that sermon, He said it 3 times. Ibn Mas'ud said he kept repeating it 3 times for us to know how powerful it is. Al-galuna al-mushtaqun. People who are so hard in their decisions and actions. People who are so hard and harsh in how they talk. Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam said, halakal mutanatti'un. Allah has caused them. So atanattu, extremism, call for anger from Allah. And that is why the Prophet is warning us against extremism. He said, Inna dina yusrun. This our religion. Anything you call religion, he never said Inna Islam yusrun. He said Inna dina yusrun. Religion should be a thing of very easy, an easy thing. Say lan yushadda ahadukum ad-dina. If any one of you make religion affairs a very hard one, illa galaba alayhi. That when we become a load on him, he will not succeed. He will become a very heavy load on him. So Rasul sallallahu alaihi wasallam say yasiru, make things easy for one another. Wala tushaddidu, don't make things hard. Wa abshiru, give glad tidings. Wa saddidu, make yourself one. Wala tunafiru, don't spread about. So, extremism doesn't do anything except to bring hardship to the perpetrator of that act and to the society. So, in defining the extremism, I think it will be, I was not given the time, how many minutes am I to spend on this program so that I will not exceed my time. Please just write how many minutes that remain for me to do. Extremism, to define it in one term, at times will be very, very difficult because of the actions of those people who are perpetrating the act. I tried to extract some of the signs of extremism here, seeking to impose one's belief, ideologies, or values on others through force or indoctrination, and being intolerant to others. To be intolerant to other people's belief and to disrespect their own perspectives. This is one of the actions of the extremists. They want you to believe in what they believe in. Meanwhile, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala said, La ikraha fi ddin. Surah Al-Baqarah. Allah said, La ikraha fi ddin. There is no compulsion in religion. قَدْ تَبَيَّنَ الرُّشْدُ مِنَ الْغَيِّ. Everybody knows what is right and what is wrong. At times, for the fact that you are right does not make me wrong. And the fact that I'm wrong, I'm right too does not make you too wrong. For instance now, maybe I have two different phone numbers. I have MTN, I have Glo number. You have my Glo number, and this one have my MTN number. A third party came and said, I need my Malam's number. He was trying to give him the number 08033. No. He's not using Glo. It's MTN. No. He's not using MTN. He's using Glo. Who is right? Who is wrong? The fact that you are right does not make me wrong. So that is why Quran said, La ikraha fi ddin. There is no compulsion in religion. One of the actions of the extremists is to try to enforce people with their own belief and to try to not to respect other people's perspective and visions. The second signs of extremism, when we see these things in our children in schools, like you want to believe in something and you want to force other students, other colleagues to believe in it. These are some of the things we will notice in them. I hope we are following. You notice, you go and notice a child that is trying to make sure that my own is the correct thing. Try to convince him and let him know that the fact that he is correct does not make other people wrong. In this, our era, we have a lot of work. Things are changing. Two Sahabas. Let me tell you one story about what happened during the era of Sayyidina Uthman alayhi salatu wasalam. Ibn Majah narrated this hadith. When Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam was alive, when we go to Hajj, at Arafah, we will observe 2 rakat of Zuhr. Am I correct? We will observe 2 rakat of Zuhr. After the Zuhr, we will observe 2 rakats of Asri. 2 rakats of Zuhr, 2 rakats of Asri. During the Prophet. Sayyidina Abu Bakr came in, this never changed. Umar came in, it never changed. When Uthman came in, they went to Hajj. After the Hutubah at Arafah, Sayyidina Uthman said, let's pray. They now observe 4 rakat of Zuhr. The other Sahabas who were alive during the era of the Prophet and the 2 caliphs were saying, this is an innovation. How can you observe 4 rakat of Zuhr? Immediately they conclude the Zuhr, they stood up for Asri, they observed 4 rakat of Asri again. When they finish, Abu Zar al-Ghifari said, this is an innovation. Usman did not talk. And he never gave them explanation on what he did. Another year came. Usman did the same thing. And that was why Abu Dhar now stood up and said, we are going to oppose this bid'ah. How can you stand up and do what the Prophet did not do? Did you want to tell us you know more than Umar and Abu Bakr? Said now Uthman as the leader there, Amir al-Mu'minin, he said, calm down, let me tell you what happened. He said, there are people that just embraced Islam, that don't know anything about Islam, they don't have knowledge about Islam. And what they were taught in their house was that Zuhr prayer is 4, Asri prayer is 4. And they are bound to argue with their leaders if they come here and pray 2 and go back home. If they go back home, they'll say, okay, I like Namfulani that went to Hajj. When he entered Haram, he said he had Allahu Akbar, Allahu Akbar. He said, I may get the consequence of Kira Salah. You know that when you go to Mecca, you will say, yes, this is the origin of religion. And while in their home, they were observing 4 rakat of Zuhr and Asri. They now came to Mecca and observed 2. They will now stand on that 2 and say, Kai, nobody will make it 4 forever again if I go home. Sayyidina Uthman said, we are still nurturing people. We are still nurturing Muslims. We should let them know the basis. That is the second point I want to make. Let these children know the basis that joined us. And usul before the furu. We have the usul, we have the fundamental things that joined us before the sub beliefs and practices. Don't try to make a point. And don't try to force your own belief on someone. That is act of extremism. If we notice it in our students, we should try to correct it. The second thing I want to mention about the extremism action is a binary them or us. If we are fond of awani, you never care about other people. You'll be what? Extremist. We. The binary them or us worldview, which seeks to divide communities along communal or sex lines, enforcing this through violence. You want Islam.